Here at Open Your Door Ministries, we have had numerous requests to have this study made audible, so we wanted to convert this blog series into an audio format as requested by so many. May God bless you in all that you do. Without further interruptions. The vision that started it all. A deep dive into Revelation. Chapter 1. By Open Your Door Ministries. Most people who open the last book of the Bible either slam it shut in confusion or spiral into end-time speculation. But Revelation claims to be a book that can be understood and promises a blessing to everyone who engages with it. Rev. 1:3. In this chapter 1, the way its original audience would have as a letter, a prophecy, and a royal throne room vision all at once, and we'll discover that the book of Daniel, written 600 years earlier, is the master key. Why was Revelation written? It's roughly AD 95. Emperor Domitian is demanding worship and persecuting Christians who refuse. John, the last surviving apostle, has been exiled to the island of Patmos. He isn't writing to scare anyone. He's writing to sustain people under pressure. Revelation belongs to a genre called apocalyptic literature. Vivid symbols and heavenly visions drawn from a shared treasury of biblical imagery, especially Daniel. The symbols weren't random. The more Old Testament you know, the more Revelation opens up. The book of Revelation opens with an injunction to us to understand the instruction that it contains. Ellen G. White, Acts of the Apostles, page 584. What is the Daniel connection? Daniel was written under pagan imperial pressure, the Babylonian and Medo-Persian empires. Daniel 7 introduces world empires and a heavenly courtroom that Revelation directly echoes. Both books carry the same message. Empires rise and fall, but God's kingdom is eternal. Daniel 7:14-27. Rev. 1:12-16. When John turns to see who is speaking, what he encounters is not a gentle Sunday school image of Jesus. It is a throne room figure of overwhelming authority, one like a son of man, clothed with a long robe and with a golden sash around his chest. The hairs of his head were white, like white wool, like snow. His eyes were like a flame of fire. His voice was like the roar of many waters, and his face was like the sun shining in full strength. Revelation 1:13-16, ESV. Every detail is drawn from the Old Testament. The white hair echoes the Ancient of Days in Daniel 7:9. The eyes of fire and bronze feet come directly from Daniel 10:6. The voice of many waters echoes Ezekiel 43:2. Revelation is deliberately merging the imagery of the Father and the Son, making a stunning statement about the full divinity of Jesus Christ. Another Daniel connection. Daniel 7:9 describes the Ancient of Days with hair like pure wool on a fiery throne. Daniel 10:5-6 describes a heavenly messenger with a golden belt, eyes like flaming torches, and arms and legs like burnished bronze. Revelation 1 places both descriptions on Jesus, identifying him as the divine figure at the center of all of Daniel's visions. Rev. 1:17-18. John collapses at the sight of this figure, completely understandable, and then comes the interpretive key to the entire book. It states, "Fear not, I am the first and the last, and the living one. I died, and behold, I am alive forevermore, and I have the keys of death and Hades." Revelation 1:17-18. Before John sees a single beast, dragon, or bowl of wrath, he is told, Jesus is alive. He holds the keys. Don't be afraid. Every dark symbol that follows exists within the sovereign reign of the one who conquered death. That's not background information. That's the whole point. The very same chapter which tells us of the wrath of God upon the disobedient also assures the follower of Christ of his presence and care. Ellen G. White, The Great Controversy, page 356. Adventist theology reads Revelation through the Historicist method, the view that its prophecies span the entire arc of Christian history from John's day to the Second Coming. The seven churches represent not only seven literal congregations, but seven eras of church history. The Christ of chapter 1 walks among all of them, judging, comforting, and sustaining across all of time. Thank you for listening. We will be working on the rest of the series. Feel free to subscribe and follow to keep an eye out for them as they are released.